Central with Burt Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Burt Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282.
737, we're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Your chance to win the Bocelli CD coming up a little bit later on. Joining me now on the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline, the president of National Estate Jewelers, who joins us every Tuesday for a segment called What's It Worth? We always talk about some cool, different, interesting things here every Tuesday. Is Barry Blank, and he joins me now on the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline. Barry, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and many thanks for having National Estate Jewelers at our Health and Wealth Forum this past Saturday. Always a big draw, and so many people like to bring in their valuables for appraisal right there. So many thanks for representing National Estate Jewelers and having you guys there on Saturday. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
Today's topic, and I always wondered about this, it's in your name, National Estate Jewelers, but I always wondered what exactly constitutes being something described as estate jewelry. What exactly does that mean?
Well, it's an interesting thought. Estate. We think of estates as something from a castle or something from a big thing. Estate jewelry is any jewelry or previously owned by anybody. You can go into any store, make a brand new purchase, and walk out. And if you decide you want to sell it instantly, it actually becomes estate jewelry. So estate jewelry is anything previously owned. And it's owned by you, owned by your family member, could have been purchased 10 years ago, 100 years ago, or longer. But it's anything that's coming from a person, not a manufacturer.
That is a very simple explanation for something with a very fancy name, estate
It
jewelry.
certainly is.
It sounds so posh, I guess, when you think about estate jewelry. But what's the main difference when it comes to the differences between estate jewelry and modern jewelry? Are there differences people need to know about?
Well, there are differences, especially when you're going to purchase. When you're going to purchase estate jewelry, and I'll use an interesting comparison, when you're going to purchase a car that's not new any longer, or we call them used cars, but we don't call it used jewelry for obvious reasons because it doesn't sound good. We call it estate jewelry. And estate jewelry, like a used car, we don't have to pay for the manufacturing cost. So that when we're selling estate jewelry, we are selling it most of the time below what it would even cost to manufacture. And if you do the math, if we're selling it below the manufacturing cost, we're selling it at 50, 60, and 70% off the actual retail price.
So that manufacturing cost doesn't carry over into when it comes to the resale transaction of an estate piece.
Same way it does in the auto industry or the clothing industry or there are some people who, I'll tell you a funny story.
Yeah.
We just opened the store in 1999, and a customer comes in, a client comes in, and they purchase a ring. And the next day they come back and say, "We can't keep this ring." I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, it's not new." I said, "What do you mean it's not new?" We asked the salesperson if it was new, and she said, "Yeah, it was new," meaning we had just gotten it in our inventory. So there are people that refuse to buy anything that anybody has ever owned, like furniture or cars. They only want to buy new. But when you buy on the second-hand or estate level, you no longer pay that $30,000 for the car. You're paying 15 or 20. And when you're buying a bracelet that would be a ring signed by EFFY, a manufacturer named Effie, would sell for $4,000 or $5,000 new. We sell it for $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. So you see the difference.
I do. And when I go to sell my car, it's not going to be an estate car. It'll be just a used car. But jewelry is estate jewelry. All right. Now I have a handle on the difference now. Barry Blank is our guest this morning. He's the president of National Estate Jewelers, and we get together every Tuesday morning here on Jersey Central. So what if I want to take a piece of estate jewelry, as we know it now, Barry, and I want to sell it or perhaps just get a simple appraisal on it? What's the best and easiest thing to do?
Well, the best and easy, of course, is to come to my store, but you need to check out your appraiser or purchaser. And when you arrive, you talk to your friends, go online, go to a site like Appraisers Association of America, and they will recommend people. But when you're going to appraise, you have to be very clear that you're not going to sell it, and what is the purpose of your appraisal? Is it for insurance? Is it for estate tax purposes? Do you need to liquidate it? Because if you need to liquidate it, the best thing to do is get one or two or three offers, just to be very direct. And you need to do your research into who these appraisers are and decide on if you're selling it or trying to evaluate it.
Sure. Check out the background and check out the history of who you're doing business with. And when you talk to Barry and his staff of appraisers and National Estate Jewelers, tremendous track record. And I always laugh, Barry. I shouldn't laugh. It's kind of unfortunate. I always get these press releases from the Attorney General's office of these really unscrupulous buyers who are preying on the public here in New Jersey. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, you know what? Barry Blank just simply doesn't do business like this. And when are people going to learn?
I don't know, but we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and if you're sitting down, we have 0 complaints in 16 years.
Unbelievable! Wow. Yeah, look at that. That says it all right there. And also, every Tuesday, you're continuing your free evaluation days as a way to celebrate your weekly feature with me, right?
That's correct.
How does that work? It's just it's a verbal appraisal that you get on Tuesdays.
It's a
right?
verbal appraisal. We will evaluate it. We'll look at it. We'll tell you anything you want to know about it. It could be jewelry. It could be coins, diamonds, watches. If you decide you want a written appraisal effort, there is a fee for a written appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
But we are also members of the American Society of Appraisers, known as the ASA.
Well, very good. Always great to talk to you, Barry, and I look forward to next Tuesday. And every week I learn something on this show, things that I just never knew about at all. And when you explain it, it makes such perfect sense. And I can imagine what it's like to be a client who goes in there and they talk to you, and everything is kind of laid out for them in language that everybody understands. And it's very clear the transaction that's happening. Everything is done right there and right in front of you. You never say, you see on TV, well, how much you looking to get for this here? Doesn't work that way at National Estate Jewelers, right?
That's correct. We make an offer. We never ask you how much you want because we're the professionals. You're not. You don't know what something is worth. You may have an appraisal, or some other person may have said, well, don't take less than. Well, we make you a realistic offer based upon facts and figures.
Very good. Well, always great to talk, Barry, and I look forward to next Tuesday when you'll be back with us again. All right, sir?
Thank you. Actually, it'll be somebody else because I'll be in Barcelona or Rome by next Tuesday for 1 week.
You're not running from bulls in Spain.
So I'll have somebody else call in.
All right, good. Well, thank you, Barry. Enjoy your time, and we'll chat, I guess, in a couple weeks then. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
All right. Barry Blank, my guest here on Jersey